What's up guys, Opinion here, and I want to go over the stuff that I hate in Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5. I did another video about things I like. You guys can kind of check them both out and let me know your opinion on it. But let's start off with something kind of different and simple. The spine transfers don't work. Okay, you can spine transfer in this game if both of the ramps are leveled at the same height. You can do it. But if one's just an inch above or an inch lower, it won't let you spine transfer. And more importantly, you can't really spine transfer acid drop into anything. I want to kind of like skate up to a ramp and just ollie where the ramping is and hit the spine transfer button and just kind of flow into it. You know, it's kind of like an acid drop. And that's what I expected, but it doesn't really work. I'd also kind of want to do it to where I'm in the middle of a combo, doing tricks, and I'm about to like go over a ramp. And when I'm going over it, I hit the spine transfer and he transfers into it. I think that'd be really, really cool, but they don't do that. Like you can tell spine transfers were kind of like a last minute thing that really didn't belong in the game because they just aren't developed enough. And that's kind of sad. So another thing, there's really nothing to do in this game when it comes past the goals. I mean, the online is pretty cool, but you can't play skate with your friends. You can't play graffiti mode with your friends. I mean, you can't even play missions with your friends unless you're in a party. Like you can't join random missions, and it's just kind of silly. They do have a few tasks like, you know, collect skate, collect combos, collect VHS and DVDs and stuff like that, but it needed like triple the amount of stuff it had. It needed graffiti mode, it needed skate mode, it needed all this stuff to do with the people online. As much as the 20-player online was seamless and amazing and quick, it looks good to see people, but it would be better to actually do stuff with them. So the maps are pretty cool. I love the touch-ups they did on the older maps, and I love some of the newer maps, especially the mountain map. It's really, really fun. Same with the rooftop map, but I just wish they weren't so empty. Like even in the original school, they had a policeman driving around in a go-kart that could hit you, and that was kind of bringing life to it. Imagine if they had like people walking around that you could kind of run into. You know, they probably removed them because of the online mode, but they could at least put them in for the offline mode, you know? That'd been really, really cool, and it's kind of upsets me a little bit that the levels are so dead, especially playing offline. It is a little bit smoother, and the online mode's jaggier, but I'd much rather play online, see other skaters, than just go play in empty worlds with nothing going on to just have better frame rate. So I also want to mention that there are just no tricks at all in this game. In the old Tony Hawk games, I mean, you could do every trick imaginable. Like, you could do, like, frontside flips, backside flips, you know, kick flips, double kick flips, triple flips, straight flips. You could do every single trick, and you could edit them in your own special way, and you could pick out your own special move and decide if it wants to be, like, up, down, triangle, up, down, box, up, left, box. You know, you could decide these things. And this game doesn't even have a quarter of the amount of tricks that all the other Tony Hawks did. I don't know why they didn't put them in. They're completely like missing all the stuff, and it's very, very sad. I didn't think it was that hard to implement tricks in and making it like old school Tony Hawk games. It's like they went a complete step backwards when it comes to tricks. And when you have a skateboarding game, tricks are the stars of the show. You know what I mean? I'm the type of person who likes doing certain tricks. Tray flips one of my favorite tricks, and 540 flips was my favorite special. And neither of these you can do casually in the game, and that's very sad. So I think the number one thing that really kills this game and really doesn't justify it for $60 is they don't have a story mode. Now I love Tony Hawk Underground. It may be my favorite Tony Hawk game. You know, that's debatable. I need to play them all again to really debate that. But I really love Tony Hawk Underground because it was a rags to riches story. You're a nobody skater starting off with low stats. You get your stats higher and higher. Eventually you get in a contest. Eventually you get signed and you become a huge pro. And that's awesome. If they would have had like a 5-hour, you know, story mode, rag to riches with like, you know, maybe like 5 or 6 levels exclusively to the story mode, and then plus the 7 levels that they had with the, you know, original mode, that'd have been amazing. It'd have been enough levels, it'd been depth, and it'd have been great, but they didn't add that. And that's why I feel this game should have been a $30 indie game. And that's what everyone is saying because it's just so empty without this stuff that I listed. But that's the top things that I pretty much hated that weren't in Tony Hawk or that were broken. And it's just kind of a shame. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. And we'll be posting a lot more Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5 right here on the only channel where dust can fly. So don't forget, my friends, to like and subscribe. Peace.